this is like the natural, like, it's like, why extend it just to the end? Like, push it through everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1,000%. No, and there's lots of ways to do that. You know, instead of wounds, just literally it's a plus extra 1 to whatever you're rolling. We can actually have attached feats here, which I think are very cool. I think that would be a really neat place to slot in feats that you just have access to the more you get injured. I think that that's very cool.
I would like to see, like, they have this in for heat in Lancer, and I think it would strip down our fucking character feet so much where we could fit on so much shit. We got rid of that wound section. It just had a bar with like just 3x3 section. When you get to each section, it's +1, +2, +3.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it's the same wound node system. It's just on a single bar.
Okay.
And then you fill it in each section's color, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and like, you get to the end, it's red, but it's +3 to everything you're doing. And like, I mean, from a graphic design perspective, I could jam so much more onto that character.
Yeah. No, I mean, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So that is something that I would say, unless we just run into a huge roadblock, expect that in whatever the next iteration of All Peddlers is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about conditions, talked about wounds, talked about skills. Let's see here. We talked about provinces. We talked about approaches.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, like, I feel like with the caravan stuff, like, we're making it more narrative again. It feels like we're removing the Mad Max from the Mad Max and the Renaissance part.
A little bit.
Yeah, which is a bummer. Maybe we can still maintain, or maybe we can push harder on the aesthetic of that, and like drop, even if we're dropping down on the mechanical aspects of it, you know?
Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Even if you're, even if the mechanic isn't necessarily there, I think having that illustrative aspect to say, like, this is what it is, this is what it looks like. Yeah. I think that's a cool way to go about it. I definitely think that, and you've already done such a great job of, like, providing a lot of that visual language. I think one of the next things we need to do is we need some illustrations of what a caravan looks like.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the most common questions that I've noted, at least, in all of our playtests. Not even just in this round, but in terms of, like, going all the way back to the first big one where they had a caravan. I mean, you remember, like, they didn't even know what it looked like, so they just said it was a wagon that Hank pulled, right? It was ham-powered, which is great. It's not exactly the aesthetic language we're looking for. So yeah, that would be something I would say.
Should be great because I draw hard surfaces and not organic things all the time.
Yeah. Tell you what, buddy, you make me a caravan, you can put some big ass calf muscles on it.
Try and stop me.
Calf muscles and butts. Classic.
I'll say this much.
Yeah.
I've been doing, like, iteration after iteration. I've been drawing All Peddlers stuff for the past like 3 days, like, non-stop. And they're coming really, really quickly right now.
Yeah.
Did you see the Ember fight? The picture? I sent you the actual picture on Instagram.
Hang on.
Ignore his hands because they get all fucked up.
I'm not going to ignore a goddamn thing. Oh my god, Corey. This is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's getting abducted. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, there is a lot of work that needs to be done.
There is. that being said, we knew that was going to be the case, right? We knew that this was not the final iteration of Vault Peddlers. So we knew that was going to be that was going to happen. Now, I think that what players or what viewers can expect on this stream moving forward, we are still going to be providing these changes and suggesting these sort of dev changes. We do want to let this version of Vault Peddlers cook a little bit longer before we go through the process of making a whole new document. Other people need to play test this. We need more data. So we're going to let that cook for a little while, but we are going to be working on some new games, which is fucking exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah, so first thing we have on the books is Histo RPG, which is a D&D PBTA ripoff, or I'm sorry, in the industry it's called a hack, that I made.
It's a D20 PBTA, right? Like,
yeah, basically. That's basically what it is. But it was something that I made when I was teaching history. It's designed for quick play and like one-shot sort of deals. So it's designed really more as a teaching aid. So that's going to be a really fun kind of new thing that we're going to do. And hopefully that'll lead to some interesting like adventure packs that we can do with like different historical periods and all that. One of my favorite things is looking at like the GURPS historical stuff, because they've done that as well, and it's really cool. I'd love to do something like that.
Steve Jackson Games, by the way, is like reprinting a bunch of GURPS shit right now.
Oh, that's tight.
I imagine because of what happened with OGL.
Yeah.
And like, I think they're trying to make it a bit more presentable. The idea is, I believe, from what I understand, is it seems like they're trying to make it more presentable and approachable.
Yeah. No, that's probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's just, it is a product of its times as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's an 80s TTRPG. But on top of that, we're going to resurrect a long dead child. 3 aliens in a skin suit will hopefully come to fruition. And then, man, we've got all these other concepts for games cooking. Like, I'd love to start doing like Moorlands of Marlowe. We've been talking about that for like a year and a half. Unval de Ver is a new one that we've also been looking at since like a game jam we did. God, it's probably been at least 6 months ago at this point. So yeah, that's what's in the future of this stream. We'll do the occasional playtest. One of the things that we have learned from this last batch of playtesting is we're probably just going to be doing one-shots on stream from this point on. When we do them, the process of getting people coordinated. I mean, anyone who's GM'd knows it's a nightmare trying to coordinate the schedules of 3 to 5 grown adults in their 30s. So we'll have those playtests on stream where we can. Right now, we do have a group that we're playing with on Tuesdays, which has been great. But yeah, we want to keep our regular Wednesday time, I think, dedicated mainly to game dev. And also, and I just want to put this out, interviewing people who make games. If you like this stream and you make games, hey, reach out to us with like the thing that you're working on. We'd love to spend a week looking at it and then talking with you about it on stream. I've actually got a friend of mine who she's releasing they're releasing a horror. It's like a body horror system agnostic tool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I messaged you about this a minute ago, but
because you know my perversions.
Yeah. Oh,
boy, howdy, dude.
Go ahead.
I just didn't. I always forget how much I love body horror.
Yeah, it's a thing. Hey, totally off the wall, but on the note of body horror, I know you don't watch a ton of anime, but have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
I I watched the first episode. I enjoyed it. I know it gets pretty fucking body horror.
Dog, it gets fucking wild. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man, and that show had some points where, like, I was vividly uncomfortable. You would probably like it a lot.
I like my media wet. Well, that's just fine.
Okay, well, that's a thing.
Well, here's the thing. You know what's weird? I'm not a gore fan.
Yeah. You just like mouths where they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, baby. I like a moist alien.
Yeah, but so going back to my original point, I'm really hoping to have them on the show at some point once they actually, once they get that to drop. I'd love to talk with them because they've actually been doing TTRPG stuff for years. By the way, Critical Bits is unfortunately over, but if you want to go check out the Oddities Roadshow, which is the new TTRPG podcast they're doing, it's phenomenal. Definitely go check them out. But so yeah, that is what to expect on the stream to come. That's what to expect generally on Vault Peddlers to come. What's up?
A couple more things too. I think that we're gonna start I would like to start doing like smaller dev stuff too. I mentioned Taylor, and I think it's a good way for us to. I mean, I don't want to talk about the financials, but it's a good way for us to start making some passive income on this shit.
Yeah.
Starting to do hacks on things on like more popular systems.
You heard it here first, folks. The free ride's fucking over.
Yeah, we're selling out as soon as we can for very little.
Soon as we can.
Boy, Taylor, my fucking library on DriveThruRPG is 7 pages long.
That is not in the least bit surprising. Mine is like 2. I feel like that's respectable, but I'm not. I don't have your perversions.
Yeah. That's fine. I just buy you books.
Yeah, fair.
Another thing that I think that something we're going to be doing in the coming weeks, especially, and this is kind of study for us developing things. Is we're gonna starting to do roundups of RPGs where Taylor and I will read an RPG a week and then kind of discuss about what happened. It's probably not going to be an in-depth read. Some of them will be hey, if you read Death in Space, you can read it in a day. If you have a Pathfinder 2e, it's 700 pages. You're not going to read it in a week.
That being said, there are some games we have personal experience with. We could definitely do deep dives on L5R and Cyberpunk Red. Those are fresh in both our brains. That I'm actually very excited about. And also using that opportunity to talk about our friends' games. We've talked about Elstragoon's Whisperstone game. We got to play it at PAX Unplugged. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It is unlike anything I have ever played. It is so aesthetically satisfying. And I would love to do a deep dive into Whisperstone. Also, McNancy's Mortal Hands is
I was just about to make a suggestion here.
Yeah, is a very cool take on TTRPG stuff using rock paper scissors as a resolution tool, which is just fucking sick.
Look up Mortal Hands Volume 1 on DriveThruRPG by Null Frog Games. Check them out.
It is very cool. Sorry, so was there another thing? I feel like I interrupted you.
No.
Just doing...
We can talk about body horror more.
We can talk about body horror. I mean, yeah, we can. I'm excited to do not necessarily body horror, but crazy Southern Appalachian horror once I get...
I mean, you can lean into body horror with it for sure. Some of those stories have some body horror in them.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see, but
I'm excited to play in a horror game. Always.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of games I'm excited to run. I'll talk about some personal shit.
Yeah.
I have been having a hard time deciding what game I want to run next, and I think part of this is that me and Taylor have been doing we went from like a 6-month campaign to we're over a year now on
Oh,
both
yeah.
of our campaigns, and it's like I'm constantly thinking, okay, what am I going to do next? And I keep framing it as this thing of I'm going to run a multi-year campaign. And the one thing that I always notice when I run long campaigns is I get excited about playing other games, which is who I am. And I'm just gonna lean into that. I decided that's who I am. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be running shorter adventure sets for you guys and playing it.
I am honestly very excited for that, because it's always fun to watch you passionate about what you're doing, and given that you are passionate about a new thing every month,
yeah,
it's going to be very cool watching you just constantly going into new systems and all that.
I have ADHD.
No, you. To be fair, I definitely do too. It just manifests differently.
Yeah.
I'm just always eating granola.
That sounds pretty good.
Honestly, it's not bad. I went to Costco yesterday and I got way too much food. I got they have 2 bags of fucking granola. They're fucking enormous. And they're stapled together up at the top. You have to buy them as
you have to buy 2?
You have to buy a 2-pack.
Cool.
And so I've got a lot of granola right now.
You know what's
I'm flush with granola. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a good thing to do with granola.
Please. I'm all ears, my dude.
Here's a good granola trick.
No, I'm sorry. Go on. Continue.
No, I just I got into making smoothies in the morning for a while, so I would do
oh, hell yeah.
And Greek yogurt and strawberries and then granola in the blender. It tastes like strawberry cheesecake and it's fucking awesome.
That sounds very good. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Hell yeah.
Everyone's granola in a smoothie. I'm granola in a smoothie. Get away from me.
Have you never been to Planet Smoothie? They've got granola in half that shit.
I don't know what that is, but I'm on board.
Do you guys not have Planet Smoothie up in New Hampshire?
I mean, maybe we do. I've never
Yeah, Smoothie King or
No, that one sounds fake.
Smoothie King is a real thing.
Planet Smoothie also sounded fake, but I was maybe. But then you said Smoothie King, and I was no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and be lied to, Taylor.
When you come down to Athens, I'm gonna take you to Smoothie King.
There's Smoothie King. There's pockets full of smoothie. There's my dad loves smoothies, and I do too. You really got to go to the smoothie corner.
Yeah, there's smoothies in a dead god's eye. There's
that's a cool one.
That's a cool one. That's the metal smoothie shop.
Let's just talk about things we like. Taylor's been playing a bunch of shows.
Yeah, I'm done for now, which is, I'm gonna be honest, fucking good.
He's been staying out till 2 or 3 in the morning, he's
I'm fucking 20, and it's been it's been cool. I've met a lot of really cool people here in Athens as a result of playing shows, and they've invited.
I think I would die.
No, I mean that's the thing. Okay, so I'll tell you about the last one. Was last week, on Saturday. I played a show that was Punk Goes Acoustic, and it was a great show, super fun time. One of the bands unfortunately had to drop, which sucked for them, but it meant that we got to play longer. So I did a 50-minute set of just me on a looper pedal and all this other stuff. And then the guy in the other band was having people over at his house. So I stood around a fire pit drinking PBR and whiskey and talking about Taco Bell and Costco or whatever bullshit for like until 3 in the fucking morning.
Oh my god.
I got home and I slept like it wasn't even good sleep. You know how like when you're super tired and you sleep a ton and like you wake up and you're like, oh, I slept like a rock. That was fucking great. No, dog. I slept every 2 hours waking up and I was in bed until like 5 p.m. the next day. It was horrendous. People ask me when they see me, they're like, why aren't you touring? Why aren't you going out more? And like,
sucks.
When you see the physical toll that playing 2 shows in 2 weeks takes on me, you understand why I am not on the road. I'm too fragile.
I'm thinking about my stomach hurting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's like I've got a tummy ache and I'm in a new city where everything is scary and I don't want to be here.
Yeah, the idea of like not sleeping in my bed sucks. I hate it.
Yeah, it really does, right? Like
even when we went to PAX, dude, like I as soon as we got in there, I went to bed the first night. I was like, there's a fucking fan in here. God damn it.
The fan was bad for you?
There was no fan.
Oh, there was no fan in there. Okay. Yeah.
It is a nightmare scenario for me.
No, totally feel that. Our fan is 24/7 always. Even in the dead of winter.
Yeah, I need the sound. I need the
air. I need the air moving over me. I need a reason to like bunch up in the covers. Yeah, I need a reason to live. That's the ceiling fan. No, man, honestly, like I was super relieved when you broke out like the melatonin or whatever, because I realized as soon as I got there, like I did not pack any. Like this is that is a nightmare. If I don't have 20 milligrams of melatonin and at least 2 Benadryl before bed, I am up until like 4 a.m. It's awful.
I'll say this much: I'm off the Benadryl.
It's good.
So it made me feel better. I felt because you said 20 milligrams of melatonin. I was like, oh.
I do remember you with a big fistful of melatonin.
How many is in your hand?
I try not to think about it.
Well, fucking people tell me, people look at me like, you know that could be bad for you. I'm like, first off, studies are inconclusive. Second off, you know how many fucking drugs I've put in my body? You think a handful of melatonin I'm worried about? I've taken random powders I found in a bar.
Third off, do you know what else is bad for you? Not fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
which is very detrimental to your health. So you can shut the fuck up and let me take my goddamn melatonin.
It's like when I take fucking Tylenol. Someone's like, "Oh, I don't take Tylenol." I'm like, I don't take. Get away from me. Yeah. 200 years, fucking like 2,000 years of like medical science. You're gonna turn down a fucking Tylenol.
Yeah. No, granted, I often don't take Tylenol or Excedrin, but here's the thing: it's not an intentional thing. I just don't. I forget that Tylenol exists when I have a headache. I just sit there and I'm like, until it eventually goes away. But it's not that I'm too proud to take it. I'll absolutely take it if you remind me that it exists.
I will take an amount of Tylenol or ibuprofen that makes other people go,
yeah. Yeah, fair. Here's the thing. I've been the partner of a nurse for the last decade. Oh my god, it's almost a decade. Yeah, shit. For the last decade of my life, I don't judge anyone for taking medication. Like when I hear about the shit that people have to go through, like either with it or without it, fucking dog, the best athletes in the world, their bodies are fucking decaying. So take your goddamn Tylenol Just
Put it right
move
in my
on.
fucking femoral artery. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Like, if it eats away your stomach lining, you are gonna die anyways. Like, just...
Strap in, boys. We're trying heroin.
Oh
my god. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's good to get, like, here's one thing I will say. I will be excited when the screen playtests are done, because I miss this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I like dicking around with you, man.
Yeah. There's something, it's weird because every time we hang out, it is always to do a thing. Like, we don't typically hang out just to chill. And really what I realized over the course of these last couple of weeks especially is that this stream used to be that time. Like, if it happened at all, it was here. We didn't get the opportunity. We couldn't, because we had other shit to do. Every other time we get to hang out. But yeah, no, man, same.
So on the docket, I think we're going to be, after this session, next week, we'll be done with playtests.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do our first roundup. I've decided supers is a fun way to start.
Hell yeah.
So I think I'm going to pick up Sentinel Comics, or maybe, I don't know, yeah, something mid-crunch. I don't know. Do you want to, like, read Masks or something?
So I was thinking about Masks. I was also thinking about bringing in your favorite, Worlds in Peril. And, well, here's the thing. When we talk about roundups, I think it's useful to have an example of what not to do.
Worlds in Peril is popular. I mean, I'm sure it actually is a fine game, but, like, not having the resources to support it online definitely made it harder. And
Oh, yeah.
made it harder.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. At the same time, though, we didn't have those resources for Ruma, and
Yeah.
Ruma was still fun. Like, so I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something more about Worlds in Peril. That being said, Masks is definitely more popular, and it's also PBTA, right?
They both are, yeah.
Yeah, they both are. So maybe Masks is probably a better way to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Let's. I mean, there's a lot of Supers games to pick from. And
Yeah.
we could do a couple of these Supers games and try to,
Yeah.
pick out what makes them tick. That's one thing I would really like to solve is, like, Super. I want to solve it.
You want to solve that? Fair.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, so then that being said, tune in this time next week. Again, Tuesday streams for the moment are waylaid while we finish up these rounds of playtesting. They may be back eventually, but until then, we will see you on Wednesday for the finale of A Matter of Delivery, Part 3, Revenge of the Nectarines.
Fuck, I'm an idiot.
That being said, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.
Bye.